Mission Impossible is done. Mission Impossible has ended.
The disease, and I'm the cure.
Your dad's action movies with the Angry Dad.
How do you like your ribs?
Can you fly, Bobby?
Words, no!
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
All right. This is your dad's action movie podcast, and I just seen Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. This is Mission Impossible 8. I don't know how many times I've seen Ethan Hunt do all kinds of crazy fucking shit. You know, and for those who don't know Ethan Hunt that is Tom fucking Cruise. And, you know, before I get into all this bullshit, I'm just going to kind of read the overview. Is that Ethan Hunt and the IMF team race against time to find the entity of a rogue artificial intelligence that can destroy mankind. You know, the reviews are in, and, you know, IMDb 7.5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes is 80%. Metrics is 73%. Director Christopher McQueen. This movie has a almost 3-hour runtime of 2 hours and 50 minutes, PG-13, all that good shit. This is Mission Impossible number 8. You know, every time I always feel that Mission Impossible is done. Mission Impossible has ended. So this might be the last one. You know what I'm saying? Tom Cruise is definitely showing his age in this movie. I've seen all 8. You know, I think I went to the theaters for the first 2. Everything else, I've waited for digital release. I went to the movies with my neighbors for this one. I went to the movies. You call, hey, I want to go see Mission Impossible. His wife doesn't like to see certain movies. My wife doesn't like to see certain movies. So we go together and we have a good fucking time. You know, we got breakfast and all that fucking good shit. And then we got to the first fucking showing at 10 o'clock. Why don't movies start earlier than that? I don't fucking know. But, you know, it is what it is. We got it in early. We checked it out, and it was a lot of fun. Great movie, great action from beginning to end. There was a couple of scenes and a couple of moments where just like, you know, it was so suspenseful. The music literally carried the movie. You know what I'm saying? It's and you know, like I said, the music, the action, the ambiance, you know, it really gave you an immersed feeling. But even with this, I thought a lot of the acting was phoned in. It just is what it is. You know, all these characters are comebacks, a couple of new, you know, like I said, if you've seen any of the Mission Impossibles, you're basically watching the exact same Mission Impossible. You know, this is another one where, you know, if I didn't have plans, I would have just waited for it to hit Netflix and watched it just like I did the last one. I wouldn't put any money. I wouldn't put any effort to going to see this. Like I said, it's a great movie. I enjoyed it. It was a fun run. It was a fun ride. But at the same time, it's like you can only rehash something so many times. And for the 8th time, like I said, you know, I just felt like I was on the same roller coaster. Not my cup of tea, something I wouldn't, you know, actually, you know, like, oh, I need to go check this out. Like a lot of the other movies that I like to go see are. But like I said, I enjoyed it. You know, if you're going to do the theaters, guess what? If you want to see it in theaters, I definitely recommend experiencing it in the theaters because that's one of the things. But also too, if you're at home, you got a big TV and you got a good surround sound, hey, wait. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's good, but it's not great. It's not worth, to me, it's not worth the time to go to the theaters to see it. That's just how I feel. Like I said, the action was great. The ambiance was great. I had a Coke Zero. I had my popcorn. I was set because, you know, it's the movie experience when you're going to watch a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I enjoyed it. I'm not saying it was a horrible fucking movie, but, you know, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. And that's just how I feel about the Mission Impossible movies. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a buildup, there's a letdown, there's a disappointment, you know, and then there's the comeback. You know, it's a simple formula to follow. It just is what it is. And at the end of the day, we know what the ending's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Ethan Hunt never fucking loses. You know what I'm saying? Other people die, but he don't lose. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying it's the same formula, just hashed out in a different fucking way. Like I said, great movie. Just if I didn't have plans to go with my neighbor, I wouldn't have fucking watched it. It's easy as that. You know what I'm saying? I would have literally waited for Netflix, Amazon Prime for free. I would have watched it with fucking commercials and never fucking batted an eye. That's just how I feel about the situation. That's how I feel about the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I do recommend watching it, but if you're not willing to put in the effort towards it, you're not missing much. You know, it just is what it is. I find the movie just, rinse and repeat. And like I said, the action was good, the cinematic was good, the story was good. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like the first two. The first two, mind blowing, something I've never seen, something that's so new and out of my mind, that the effects, the graphics, all that stuff. And guess what? Like I said, you're not going to out top the first two. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? As I said, rinse and repeat. I get the topic, I get the movie, I understand it, but like I said, it's great, but it's not. I have to go see it. That's just that's the emotions that I have towards it. So make sure you check it the fuck out. Thank you guys for listening to your dad's action movie podcast. That's just how I feel about the movie. Like I said, it's worth the watch, but if you're not interested, wait till it comes to streaming, and that's what it is. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Fuck.
The disease, and I'm the cure.
Your dad's action movies with the Angry Dad.
How do you like your ribs?
Can you fly, Bobby?
Clarence, no!
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.